All right, so the House, fancy Nancy, San Francisco Nancy Pelosi, been able to pass the $1.9 trillion stimulus package that's on its way now to the Senate, where the Senate parliamentarian has said that the package of the $15 per hour minimum wage increase is unconstitutional, whatever that means, and so therefore it will be stricken from the package as it goes to the Senate for a vote. Now, but I've got a suggestion. I'm in favor of the $15 per hour minimum wage. I think poor people or people working ought to get at least $15 or more per hour. But I want to do something that I think is not necessarily just of consequence, but that is consequential. And that is this. I have been teaching of late in the 49 Sabbaths teaching that God has given to us as a way in which to increase our economic strength, those of us of the elect and the righteous, that we would show up 15 minutes early for whatever job. If you worked at McDonald's, if you worked at Burger King, or if you worked at Walmart, or you worked at Macy's, or you worked wherever you worked, right? Whatever your job is, you worked at a bank, or you worked on the shipyard, or you're a truck driver, or whatever you do for a living, you would show up at that workplace 15 minutes before time to punch the clock, to actually start your work process. That is to say, people who work for the bank, you come in, you work at 9 o'clock. Actually, you have to be in there before that. But people who actually start work at 9 o'clock come in at 9:01, 9:02, when you're actually supposed to be working at 9 o'clock. I'm saying show up 15 minutes early, and I find that a great of interest of consequential interest that I'm at the same time while America's trying to promote, Biden and a bunch of others are trying to promote $15 minimum wage for the worker in America, that I'm promoting the 15-minute principle. What do I mean by that? The 15 by 15 is what we want to call this for the average American worker. In order for people to earn $15 per hour, and the federal wage now is $7.25, you're talking about twice the increase of what it would be, and people will be able to have more money to spend. But I think there needs to be a teaching across America for the minimum wage, especially the Hamite, and to some, in many ways, Japheth people as well, that you need to first be taught how to go to a man's business and make that man's business work. You need to give him, for $15 an hour, you're going to give him the best, you're going to be the best employer he has ever seen. You're going to care more about his business than he cares about. You're going to say, boss, our business. Boss, our business need to have the flow sweep. Boss, our business need to wash the windows. Boss, our business need the prayer. Boss, you're going to say that to the boss. You're going to be more concerned about that man's business than he is himself. But this is a biblical principle. Jesus says that if you're faithful over another man's business, that God will raise you up and give you your own. The thing of it is that a lot of people want $15 an hour, but they hate the people that they work for, or they got an attitude, or don't like the business, or they're not trying to promote. My friend, you shouldn't get it. What you should get is fired. That's what you should get. Well, I gotta have a job. I gotta work somewhere. I ain't for this. And well, then you ought to, since you know so much, hey, let me talk to you. Since you know so much, why don't you go and work for the people that you like? Ask the people that you like if they'll hire you. Hell no, they ain't gonna hire you because they don't like you. And moreover, since you're so smart, you're smarter than the boss, right? You got better sense than him. Go start your own business, homeboy. You don't have to work for him. He started his. You go start yours. Since you're smart, obviously you're smarter than him. You know more about the business, or go start your own thing. Listen, you can go to people say, "Well, I don't like this. I don't like the man at Walmart. I'm gonna go work for Costco. Costco don't want you either." Having said that, Jesus is a principle, and we've been teaching is that listen, you want $15 an hour? You do. You deserve it, I think. But you also deserve to give that man that you work for the essence, almost the blood of your daily, every day you're there. You're making that business shine. You're going to make that business the best business in America. That's right. It ain't yours. You don't set the policy. You don't tell the boss what to do. You're there to work. You're there to make that play. And in doing that, you deserve $15, and you're going to get more than $15. But I think just to give people who hate the boss, hate the job, and people got a lazy, lackadaisical attitude towards work in general. I mean, there's a whole group of people I swear, over the last 70 years, you got to actually train them what work is. They've never done a hard day's work in their life, even though they go to work every day. They go to work every day. They still have never done a hard day's work. They've never done a consistent job every day. I tell you what, get 1 million people working for major organization, for the transit authority or for the post office, and gather them together and say, how many of y'all come in here every day and you got attitude at the transit authority? You got attitude at your supervisor. You got attitude. Everybody raise their hand. Everybody. They don't go there every day to work to make the transit authority the slickest transit authority on planet. They don't do that. Now, that's in America. Of course, you do have in some nations like China and Japan or in Hong Kong or Taiwan, just a different attitude altogether. So I'm for the $15 an hour. I'm for it, but I think we need to have a principle teaching. You really need to educate the last 70 years of people about what work really means, what ethics means, because they don't know. They really seriously don't know. They do not understand those principles of doing the best job you possibly can. They don't understand the principle of it's your business to judge the boss. If you don't think the boss knows what he's doing, you don't like what he is, what he stands for, then homeboy, just quit. You're so smart, quit. Go ahead. Go do your own thing, man. Do your own thing. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. I think that I'm for the $15. I think people, you can't live off of $7 an hour. You can't live off of $15 an hour. Hell, I was making $15 an hour 30 years ago. You can't live off of that either, but it's a start. But on the other hand, you need to give that man that you work for your very best. You need to give him your essence. And you go to that job every day. But the thing of it is that you say, I ain't going to be nobody's slave. No. Jesus says this. If you do that, the boss is going to recognize that, and he's going to raise you beyond $15 an hour. He's going to make you manager. He's going to do you like Joseph did by Potiphar and the way Pharaoh did Joseph. He's going to make you the head, brother. He's going to make you the head. I don't care. Listen. Let's say you work for a Japheth boss, right? Or a Jewish boss, and you Hamite, right? You go there and you work hard. That boy he don't care what your race is. He's going to invite you to come home to dinner with him. He's going to tell you, come on, we're going to have our shiva. Come on, shiva. My grandma died. It's shiva time. Come on, he's going to try to get you to come to his temple. He's going to try to get you to involved in his life. You're a good worker. You don't care about what your color is. You're a good worker. That's what's important to him. You help his business. You're growing his business. He can depend upon you. He can trust you to not steal from it. He can trust you to never do anything against a customer. That man going to try to get you to marry his daughter. You have Mike coming up out of the New Lots Avenue out there in Brownsville, Brooklyn. That boy going to try to get you to marry his daughter in Great Neck. I'm telling you. No, it's a Jesus principle. And so here I am. I'm saying before y'all actually increase the 15, we need to have a national training to get the right attitudes to make the workforce an extraordinary place where people come to work with the whole idea of sacrificing themselves so that other people can have a great life. This is a bit of a news blog we do looking at spiritual wickedness in high places for the most part, making some observations about it and giving people a biblical foundation to the way of interpreting rather than have Sean Hannity or Laura Ingraham or Janine Pirro or Anderson Cooper or Rachel Maddow or Don Lemon, Rush Limbaugh interpret what's going on in the world. You come to me and I'll tell you based on what the Word of God says. They'll just give you their worldly, sinful view. But the Manning Report will tell you what God has said, whether to say yea or nay, whether to go or to stay. You'll be led by the word of Almighty God. Come to the Manning Report on a daily basis to interpret the spiritual wickedness in high places, because there's plenty of it that's going on. And so I'm the Lord's servant, James David Righteous Rebel Manning, and I'm here to serve you with news and information.